needs to then offer some kind of olive branch. I mean, it's clear that he's onto something that's magic at the moment, and that it's people who should approach him and not the other way around.
He's using the power of mystery, which is beautiful in politics. And that is Raila's card, if you remember.
Yeah.
Raila, we all knew that Raila was going to contest, but he will say, contest wapi? I'm not going to contest. But we all knew he was going to contest. Like now, we all know Sifuna will contest for the presidency.
Okay.
He's just playing that normal card. We know it. I mean, play mysterious, let people think, are you going to contest? Are you not going to contest? It's a beautiful thing. Yeah? You don't want something very obvious. So he will declare with time.
Okay, let's see that. Because I really want to look at these 7 points. And I don't know if we can do that in 3 minutes.
In 3 minutes,
But the thing is that here is that we can talk about the antics around the politics, but the truth of the matter is that Kenyans must activate. I keep saying this, that if you don't activate by registering and voting, all of these things, Odhiambo, don't matter. They don't matter. The 8.2 million who sat at home in 2022.
What will make them vote in 2027?
This is the thing. Nothing. Will they take voters' cards? Will they go and actually show up on that Tuesday and come out and vote? Because the thing is that you could have a magical moment today where people are going from city to city in the hundreds of thousands. But if it doesn't translate to an overwhelming number of people who got on a voting platform, you cannot contest the status quo.
The excitement must be phenomenal. The excitement must be beyond normal for us to fight voter apathy. If we have a normal card of Ruto, Kalonzo in 2027, I will tell you that voter apathy will be the only competitor in that race. But if we want to have an actual change in terms of the presidency, then it must be an exciting character with an exciting momentum. That means committing political suicide. And as I've told you, it's possibly not going to happen. Now, let's look at these things in a very quick way. Number one, I said Mount Kenya question was very interesting. Then number two was the ethnic and coalition engineering. And that's why you hear Wanga and Tim saying we must have 50-50. And in terms of the ethnic thing, the Luo already disorganized. Absolutely. They are giving up on it. And they're taking this. Yes.
Osiro says no.
Osiro knows that the Luos are very disorganized in this election. Because they're speaking from...
Some Luos are disorganized. But proceed, please.
Collegiate. You know, we can say, for example, that, where she comes from.
Yes. Ogala.
Where she comes from. That side.
Yes.
When she comes here, we will not say that she's a Kenyan. We will say, where she comes from, they behave like this. But she's a very organized person.
Yeah. Okay. That's why I'm saying some, because it's not all.
Anyway, so the coalition engineering, already you can see ODM going for a partner who is far away from the normal card, and that is Hassan Joho. Right now, they're moving towards Hassan Joho. Wanga said it not once, she has said it now twice. That Hassan Joho is our candidate for deputy president. That's coalition engineering. Will Ruto accept it? No. Why? There are no numbers with Hassan Joho. Where are the numbers with him? It's with the Kindiki. That's still the fact. Sifuna, if he goes for the presidency, where is he going to get the deputy president position? Gen Z is going to have something too exciting that is a paradigm shift that the politicians will be like, what? What is this boy doing? He's moved our cheese from where it was. Now it is something else. Look at him getting a younger who's 27 years or 38 years as the deputy president. This is interesting. And Sifuna card is a wild card. Then number three is a subordinate partner, which I was talking about. You can't have a deputy president candidate who is loud and strong. There must be subordinate. Let's go back to the Bible. There must be submissive, quote unquote. That, you cannot just ask questions. Even if things are happening, you just keep quiet because it is your husband. It's sort of a thing.
Okay.
Then number four for me, and that subordinate partner is a choice of the president and not a choice of the people. Okay, the ethnic and coalition engineering is also a choice of the president for his own sake. Mount Kenya question is a choice of the president still. That is either be it Sifuna or who. They have to look at that equation and balance out. Number four is a demographic alignment, and that's what I was saying. The wild card. Even President Ruto today needs a deputy president who will rebrand properly and look like Gen Z and have a narrative of the Gen Z. And have a narrative of people like Kaseto who are just entering their 36th or 35th year. Okay.
Peleka syllabus mbio sana.
Okay. So demographic alignment is very important because the deputy president matches your inadequacy. That if I don't have that Gen Z vote, I need somebody who looks like them. Okay. Sifuna, for example, in this, for me, in the demographic alignment, he would go for somebody like Wanjigi. And I've said this before. That a Sifuna Wanjigi ticket is a very exciting one as well. Because what does Wanjigi do? He brings in the resources, which Sifuna doesn't have. Wanjigi can lobby, literally, billions of shillings in one sit down. And it's done. Okay?
Mount Kenya Foundation.
Mount Kenya Foundation and outside the country. The number 5, we are looking at the financial and logistical muscle. And that's what I've just said, actually. That the deputy president must be able to not have his own money, because one who has his own money is independent. You don't want, for example, again, in the traditional man who wants a wife who just sits there and does not work. But you want a wife who, yes, she does not have her money, but she can get money from XYZ. But it's not hers. You get
Yes.
You get the point. Then,
as long as that XYZ is a legitimate,
it's a legitimate space of getting the money. But it does not have too much to run away. Then number 6, institutional stability with grassroots mobilization. You must the deputy president must be very balanced in terms of having one institutional history or memory of how the government works. I've said that before.
Or how they get impeached.
Or how they get impeached. Yes,
Or
so
not
that
impeached.
yes, so that they know how to sit around. And also, there must be grassroots popular. That's why Kindiki today, by data, in terms of President Ruto, is proving that he can
Mobilize on the ground.
And he's won several by-elections there. That notwithstanding, if you look at somebody like Sifuna, who is the other horse in this case, needs somebody like Wanjigi who can quickly develop structures for him on the ground or help him develop those structures. Okay? Kalonzo already has structures. He only needs to multiply them across the country. People like our fantasy president, that is Maraga, is our fantasy president. We all can agree that is the best. But no. I don't know why.
You just never know.
Maybe we just never know.
Never say no.
Matiang'i.
You just never know.
I don't know where he will choose his deputy, because it looks like his deputy will be chosen for him. Because even him is not himself. And lastly, the president in waiting image, which means as the presidential candidates choose the deputy president, they must choose one who inspires and gives confidence to the markets that in the instance anything goes wrong, this guy can actually take over.
He's a worthy stand-in.
Yes, even if you don't trust me, but I have a deputy that things can move with. Now, if you look at President Ruto, who is that? That looks like it inspires a lot of confidence in the market and in the diplomatic corps. Your guess is as good as mine. If you look at Sifuna, Wanjigi gives that confidence. The only thing is that people do not understand, the common man in the street does not understand this debt question. He odious debt hawaelewi. So he needs a presidential candidate who talks the language of the people, but then a deputy who talks the language of these others. Okay? The only challenge with Wanjigi, akona ile pesa ambayo anaweza kimbia peke yake.
Well, these are all very interesting insights, and it will be interesting to see. I mean, if you put them in a pot, we don't know which one might will be picked. That's for sure. But we thank you, at least, for opening our minds to options, looking at these and what it would actually look like. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Let's see what the courts say if your theory comes true. Odhiambo, Otieno, thank you for being with us this morning, and we continue these conversations. The